It was a quiet Friday evening, the kind of stillness that didn't feel peaceful, just heavy. The house seemed emptier than usual. My wife, Claire, had left earlier that morning, saying she needed some time to herself and would spend the weekend at her sister's place. We hadn't argued, but something between us had shifted. The silence wasn't angry, it was distant. The kind that makes you question whether love is fading or if something is being hidden behind that calm. Around 9, my phone buzzed. A message from her. Staying at my sister's tonight. Don't wait up. No warmth. No emojis. No little updates she usually sent. Just plain, detached words. I stared at the screen, feeling a knot tighten in my chest. Something about it felt wrong. Claire never sounded this cold. Never mechanical. It wasn't a message, it was a line rehearsed. I tried calling. Once, no answer. The second time went straight to voicemail. I told myself not to spiral. Maybe her phone died. Maybe she fell asleep early. But deep down, I already knew better. When you've shared years with someone, you can tell when something's off. Out of instinct, I checked her location on our family app, location unavailable. My pulse jumped. Claire never turned that off. Ever. I stared at the blinking message, the quiet of the house pressing in like a weight. Something in me whispered, ask her something she can't fake. So I texted. Oh, really? Which sister? No reply. 1 minute. Then 5. Then 10. The longer I waited, the heavier the dread grew. Claire only had one sister, Emily, and I knew Emily was out of town visiting her in-laws that weekend. That's when suspicion cut through the confusion like ice. I didn't accuse her. Didn't text again. I just sat there, phone in hand, the low hum of the refrigerator the only sound in the house. 20 minutes later, another message appeared. I'll be home soon. Don't do anything stupid. No explanation. No denial. Just panic. Raw, unmistakable panic. My stomach turned cold. Whatever she was hiding, it was about to surface. I stayed on the couch, motionless, staring at the message that said more than she intended. Don't do anything stupid. That wasn't guiltless language. That was fear. Fear of being caught. Fear of truth. 10 minutes crawled by. Then 20. Headlights swept across the living room window. Her car pulled in faster than usual. The front door burst open. She stepped in, pale, shaking, trying to control her voice. Why did you ask that? She demanded. Her tone was forced calm, trembling underneath. I looked straight at her. Because your sister's out of town, I said evenly. So, where were you really staying? Her eyes flickered, just for a second, but that single moment said everything. The truth was written across her face before she spoke. I was just with a friend, she said defensively. I needed space to clear my head. A friend. My voice stayed calm, almost too calm. Funny how you had to turn off your location to clear your head. She swallowed hard, realizing she had nowhere left to run. For a moment, silence filled the space between us. Then she sighed, dropped her purse on the table and muttered, You're overreacting, Mark. It's not what you think. But that's the thing about lies. They always start small. Then they unravel like a thread you can't stop pulling. I walked to the kitchen counter, pulled her phone from her bag, and set it in front of her. Then prove it, I said. Show me the messages. Her lips parted slightly. You don't trust me? I almost laughed. Claire, trust isn't the problem. Honesty is. For a long moment, she hesitated. Then slowly, she unlocked her phone. My heartbeat thudded in my ears as she opened her messages. And there it was, text from someone named Ethan. Late-night chats, flirty lines, little promises, and one message that crushed everything I believed in. Wish you didn't have to go home tonight. Her face went still. She knew I'd seen it. I didn't yell. Didn't throw anything. I just looked at her and asked quietly, So that's where you were? Her silence answered for her. Claire stood frozen, breathing unevenly, eyes glassy with tears she was too late to hide. The truth hung between us like a loaded gun. For years, I'd given her everything, my time, my trust, my heart. And it all unraveled because of one message from a man named Ethan. "Mark, please," she whispered, voice breaking. "It wasn't like that. He's just a coworker. We were only talking." "Talking?" I repeated, my tone steady but sharp. "You lied about where you were, turned off your location, deleted messages, and you call that talking?" She stepped closer, her voice trembling. "I didn't mean for it to go that far. I just felt lonely." He listened. "I swear I didn't." "Didn't what?" I interrupted. "Didn't betray me? Didn't cheat?" "You don't have to share a bed to cross a line, Claire." Her lip quivered, tears streaming freely now. "I made a mistake." I turned away, a hollow ache spreading through my chest. "No," I said softly. "Forgetting an anniversary is a mistake. This was a choice." Silence swallowed the room. The house that once felt warm now seemed foreign, cold and full of echoes. Finally, I grabbed my jacket and walked toward the door. "Mark, please don't go," she cried, reaching out. "We can fix this." I paused, looking back just once. "You should have thought about fixing it before you lied. Before you turned off your location. Before I had to ask which sister." She stood there, crying quietly as her world collapsed. I stepped outside into the cool night air, closing the door softly behind me. I didn't drive off. I just sat in the car, watching the warm light spilling through our living room window. My phone kept buzzing, her messages, her apologies, her pleas, but I didn't respond. Because sometimes silence says everything words can't. And though I didn't know what came next, one thing was certain. She'd never hear a simple question the same way again. That one question had uncovered everything she tried to hide.